Hey, you guys, how are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that we are not confusing you. For whatever reason, excuse me, I have to like sit higher on my chair. For whatever reason, we can't seem to get a hold of Jason Dugal, which is just such a shame because of the fact that obviously we want to be, I wanted to interview him this morning. So Jason Dugal owns hey, Nicola, how are you? Hi, Michelle Lee. Anyway, I was supposed to have a guest this morning, and his name is Jason McDougall, and he owns a department store called Fields in Canada. And unfortunately, I don't know what's going on, but we can't seem to connect with him. So I don't know why his computer isn't connecting, and we're not able to connect with him. So you got me this morning. So anyway, you guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. Awesome. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Kim. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Susanna. Hi, Alex. Buenos dias. Did I say that right, Alex? Tanya, Denise, Sherry Clark, rock star in the house. Katya, good morning. Susanna, awesome. Okay, you guys, so I was supposed to have this amazing guest this morning. His name is Jason McDougall. And he's such an inspiration. Unfortunately, he cannot get his computer connected, and so we're not able to get him on the interview this morning, but we're going to follow up and help him get all connected in the world of technology, hopefully again this week. So here's what I want to say. The reason why I wanted to interview this guy is because shit, like at the end of the day, I mean, it's so crazy to me. I was just talking to a group of our clients yesterday, and I was saying, you know, there isn't anything I won't give or coach into to help somebody succeed. However, what I've really realized over the last few years is you got to put your attention with the people who are willing to take your coaching and go all the way. And here's what I mean. The days of Shanda and you fighting for people who are going to be so resistant to succeed are over. They're over. And here's what I mean. Eventually, everybody gets to a level that we say, you know what, we're going to spend our time with people who are open, ready, and coachable to succeed. You know, it's funny, when Suzanne Evans wanted to hire Larry Wingett to be her coach, he kept saying to her, you know what, I just don't coach. I just don't coach. And the reason why he was saying that is because of the fact that he said people just don't take the coaching. So I'd rather you just pay me a guaranteed fee. I get up on a stage, pay me a ton of money, and I'll give, and whoever swims, swims, and whoever sinks, sinks. This is the rude, honest truth of the world. This is how people think. Eventually, you stop wanting to waste your breath on that friend that doesn't do the work or only does a portion of the work but still ends up in the same shitty situation later on in life, right? So it's not about not having compassion. You want to have a ton of compassion. But at the end of the day, you also have to stop and just say, look, like, where are you going to spend your time and your energy? You have one life to live. You have one chance at it. You have to go for it 100%. You can't waste this day that you're living right now on people who don't want to do the work. So I'll give you an example. Suzanne got to coach with Larry Wingett because she said, this is how she enrolled him. She had an aha moment. She realized, shit, this is why, like, he doesn't get how good of a student I am. And so she went to him and she said, I will work harder than anybody else, and I will do everything you say. Everything he says. And both of their businesses exploded together because it was a mutually fantastic relationship. And what I've realized over the years is it's not the smartest people at the top. It's not the most talented people at the top, although there are some talented people at the top. It is actually the people who are willing to hustle, run towards hesitation, and really do whatever it takes. They don't stop at this conversation of, I don't have enough time. And here, let me just take it to another context. You've heard me say this before. For frick's sakes, the people who make it spend their time with other people making it. They just do. They honestly do. I mean, I can tell you, I got blamed last year for having favorites in my community. I absolutely fucking have favorites in my community. They're the ones that I don't have to turn myself inside out to get them to take the coaching to succeed. I also have extraordinarily talented people in my community right now who I like sit back and go, what a waste. What a waste. I mean, they're wasting their life because they're sitting and they're so wound tight in resistance and like sitting back going, well, I don't want to play this contest because it's all about Shanda, or, you know what, I'm generous, but she says that I'm not. You know, like, just stop for a second. Just stop for a second. I'm kind of going Gary V on you right now. And that is that I'm giving you the honest truth about what people are thinking behind their heads. Have you ever worked with somebody who drains you? Eventually you stop fighting for them. Well, when your company hits a certain level that you realize, wow, it's getting more important for me to compress my time with only the people who are interested in winning. That's not the people who are making the most amount of money. That's the people that have the best attitude. The people who have the best attitude are the ones that you want to hire on your team, and they're the ones that you want to spend your time with. You do not want to hang out with complainers. If you hang out with complainers, you will lose. If you are a complainer, you will lose. It is your destiny that you're creating 100%. Don't be the asshole who takes people down because you're so stubborn to play contests or to give a little bit more or to just follow the fucking coaching. And I know I'm on a rant right now, but I don't know how to get through to people because some of my best clients that I talk to still have a stick up their ass and are preventing themselves from hitting multiple millions and being able to create an extraordinary future. They're focusing on way too many things. They're focusing on the wrong things. And then when I give them coaching to do X, Y, Z, like run a marathon or do leadership training or whatever it is, they resist it. And even when they go through those things, they still resist it. And then you have a group of people who are skyrocketing right now because they know that they resist, but they don't give a shit that they resist. They're going to take the coaching anymore. And those are the people that are going to stand shoulder to shoulder with me. They're going to catch up to me, and we're going to stack together. You know, if you've got an attitude that you know better, just even, and I used to have this attitude. I used to have this attitude that it was like, I thought I knew better. I remember I used to even say things like, you know, the only reason why that coach wants you to do this is because of this, right? Like I was the Debbie Downer at one point in my life. I was the person so wound tight I had to stick right up my ass in resistance about what I wanted to do and what I didn't want to do. And every day I worked to unwind that resistance. Every day. Even this whole conversation, I was walking with my husband last night and I said to him, we went for a nice little walk, which was really sweet at the end of our day. And we were talking about High Burst. His company is High Burst. If you want to drink more water, go put High Burst in it because you'll drink more water because it's better than water. It makes water taste good. But we were talking about High Burst and we were talking about what they were doing. And we were talking about what we were doing in Hardcore. And one of the big things in our company is we're stacking so fast in helping people that we're building more infrastructure inside the company. And talk about having to pull the stick out of my ass a little bit further and let go of more control. Talk about having to hold the bar with my team and saying, look, you can either do this or you don't. Like you either can do the job or you don't do the job, but we're going here. I need you to know if you can keep up. If you can't keep up, love you, God bless you, go find another job. And I don't mean that as a bitch, but I just mean that as you stunt your own growth because you tolerate people who don't do the job. You tolerate yourself and your own resistance on not going after the things that your coach tells you to go after, whether it's me or another coach. I mean, I don't know who you're coaching with. But at the end of the day, if you're coaching with somebody, listen to all the coaching. I just took 30-something people to Jesse Itzler's place. I was talking about the other day. Fuck, I should have had 200 people who actually signed up to go. But you know what? The stick was up some people's ass, and they were saying, you know what? I got enough going on right now. You know what? I just actually don't like to work out that harder. I'm not like Shanda. Like, fucking stop all this shit. Like, don't you want to do something extraordinary with your life right now? Don't you want to create something that is so off the charts, fucking amazing, or do you want to have the stick up your ass and you're in resistance? And I know I'm swearing, but you know, I said this to Ash. I said, I love Gary Vee because he can actually be honest about what's going on. And my clients know this because in the Zone event, people know this because I get passionate and I sound like this. It's called unleashed. When you're unleashed, it's not about editing your words. It's not about trying to impress anybody. It's not even about trying to get you to like me, or it's not even about getting you to buy from me. It's actually about telling you 100% what's in your way and how you get out of your own way to do it. So everybody should be private messaging me saying, can I get into your leadership training in January? Because honestly, I'm still repeating the same fucking story and I'm tired of it. or if you don't got any ambition and you can't get yourself to literally dream bigger, right? You can't get yourself to dream bigger, like you're procrastinating daily. Shit, reach out to me and find out when our next endurance challenge is and get into it. Get into it. I would have paid Jesse Itzler $200,000 to coach with him for this year to get his advice. And I opened him up to my clients because I knew it would make a difference. And only a small percentage ever opened up their fucking eyes enough to take advantage of the opportunity to actually have a billionaire, which is unfucking hireable, to actually influence your mind. They didn't. They were too stuck up their ass on what it is that they were working on. And I don't want to do that. I'm not like Shanda. It's like this. It's like, let me just wrap myself up a little bit more. Like, I don't want to succeed. Don't let me succeed. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, please just open up. Open up. The way you're doing it worked up until now, but where you want to go requires you to open up more. If this is making sense to you, just hit hearts, hit love. I mean, I couldn't love you any more than I do. And I know that people judge me. I know people don't like my swearing. I know all of that, but at least I'm being honest. I mean, I'm doing something right here, right? But yet people are so stubborn about this conversation around what's right for you. Well, if you fucking knew what was right for you, you'd be making millions of dollars and impacting the world with that beautiful heart you have. You would be crushing it. But yet, only a small amount of people know who you are compared to where you can go. And I feel that way even about myself. Why do you think I take myself on with my clients? Why do you think I put myself through the exact same trainings I asked them to go through? Do you think I'm trying to get from them? I'm trying to give to them. And at the end of the day, the biggest challenge is they're so wound up tight about, and especially you type A type, right? Like, and I get you because I'm type A, right? But I've learned to be type B too, and to follow and to support. And so it's one thing I had a shaman once tell me when I was figuring this piece out. And by the way, I've done everything that you could imagine, and it's all helped to get me to where I am today. But I know one leadership training that transformed my entire life, and I am doing it just for entrepreneurs starting in January. I have hired them, I brought them in, and we are doing it, right? And I know one other thing, endurance, that has completely transformed my life. And this is not something that I went and ran a race and then just my dreams skyrocketed. It was that that quick fix that everybody's looking for. I had clients that went and ran one race and said, okay, yeah, I made more money than I've ever made. And then you know what? I just don't want to do it again. Are you fucking kidding me? It's working. Stay in it. Or you know what? I'm just going to go hire a trainer. Do you not get the community is the big piece that makes it convert? Right? And it's crushing my heart to watch how stubborn people are on trying to prevent themselves from creating something extraordinary. So I'm sorry that Jason McDougall's not with me right now, and that he was able to go from $5,000 living in a trailer with his kids to $13 million in just a few months. And I'm going to get him back on the line. Unfortunately, we can't get him on right now because his technology is not connecting. But what I will say to you is that what it took for that man to do that was getting okay with the worst case scenario. And most people are not okay with the worst case scenario. That's why you resist. You don't want to go into the leadership training because you don't want anybody to know your shit in your community, right? You don't want to run endurance or do any endurance. Our last endurance challenge, I had almost no running in it. I had about 2 weeks of running. But you don't want to go into that because the fact that, you don't like to run. It's like, are you kidding me? You could have been influenced by a completely loving fun. If you were to ask any of my clients how fun the last 90 days was, every single one of them said it was so fun, it was ridiculous. You had an opportunity to be influenced by a billionaire. And not just in a free challenge in a Facebook group or something like that, but actually stay at his house, be worked with them, and we all had more fun because of it. I had more fun in my thinking and in my lifestyle in the last 90 days being influenced by him. And by the way, By the way, we added an additional $3 million to our bottom line. That's insane, right? Just from changing the way that we're thinking, opening up a little more, pulling the stick out of the ass a little bit more, and allowing ourselves to actually breathe in this beautiful life that God has given us. This beautiful, beautiful life that so many of us are wasting on a daily basis as we sit behind the computer and no sales happen. Do you know what no sales mean? No sales mean you're not making the biggest difference you could. If people will not part with their money with you, they are not actually committed. Do you know what we're committed to? Go look at your bank statements for the last 90 days. Are they filled with Starbucks? Are they filled with clothes? Are they filled with going out for dinner? Are they filled with travel? Are they filled with your mortgage, your house? That's what you're committed to. I had to stop being committed to paying my mortgage to be able to grow my business for a better future, right? Like, so what are you committing to? Right? What are you willing to let go of for a minute and get uncomfortable and grab onto something that can get you there? I know without a doubt, I am bringing the resources for my clients. I am bringing the people for my clients that absolutely every single one of them can be successful. But I can't make you drink the Kool-Aid. I can't make you. I can't make you drink the Kool-Aid. Some of you guys are so fucking resistant about drinking the Kool-Aid because you don't want to be a part of something you don't want to follow. You got to be good at A type and B type. You got to be just as good of a follower. There's nothing my coach can tell me to do that I won't do. Nothing. If I was told to fly to Dubai for a 1-hour meeting, and to turn around and fly back, and it would make a difference for the impact that I can make on this planet, I would do it without question. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't have a moment of resistance that said, shit, are you serious? Flying all that time for a 1-hour meeting? I would have that resistance. But then I'd immediately enroll myself into, please, somebody book the flight for me, I'm going. Live your life. And I don't mean just live your life with your kids and your husband and your wife. I mean, live your life. If you want to be an incredible role model for people around you, when my husband looks at me on a weekly basis and tells me that I inspire him, that's powerful. When I have people come to me and say that are my clients and my friends, but don't get me wrong, there's a group right now that hate my guts. And they hate my guts because I've been pushing them. I've been pushing them. And they're frustrated. And they're making up all kinds of stories. But at the end of the day, if you know that your heart is in the right place to get somebody to where they want to be, you risk them hating you. And you risk, and you risk. Because at the end of the day, we need to look up and we need to help each other. And you need to listen. You need to take the coaching. You need to stay in it. You need to stay in it all the way until you reach your results. If you quit before you reach your results, you failed yourself. And so get back up on that horse and fail forward and keep going. But do not quit anything. Do not quit anything before you hit your results. Otherwise, you are sadly creating a pattern that will rinse and repeat itself called failure. And it's called failure for fucking life. And you've got one life to live, and it's time to fail forward. And fail forward is not in little increments. Fail forward is in quantum leaps. Quantum leaps. How does somebody go from $5,000 in their bank account to $13 million in a couple months, living in a trailer and do that shit? It's called quantum fucking links, and you are capable of it, but you got to pull that stick right out of your butt. If you want my help, you can send me an inbox message. I'm happy to help. I have a full day open to help. I have nothing on my calendar today, and I am making millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars every single year, and it keeps stacking. So if you think you're too fucking busy where you're at right now, you have to realize there is a thought process that makes you not that busy. How can I do it? Do not tell me it's because of team, because team has been one of the hardest things that I've had to figure out inside my business. It is the way you think up here. Pull the stick out. Pull it out. All right, you guys, I'll talk to you soon. God bless.